This is Nicholas Cruz, the perpetrator of the 2018 Stoneman Douglas High School shooting, having his search history read out loud by a prosecutor in front of the entire court on national news.
Fucking Puerto Rican. There is little girl porn, little girl stretching, Nazi flag patch sale, Nazi patch for sale, Antifa porn. Going on to page 3. Little girls in swimwear, little girls rape porn. Ava Braun, Hitler birthday, girl school shooter porn, ghetto Hispanic porn.
Do you think he knew when he started his career that he'd read out the oddly specific and illegal porn taste of a school shooter? This video would be seen by millions of people and turned into many memes. Not just his search history, but a lot of the contents of his phone would be released to the public. Why don't we take a look at it? Also, quick warning. This video might be disturbing or offensive to some people. I will read things I don't agree with. This video is meant for documentary purposes. The first entry is dated to November 14th, 2017. Shooting people massacre. Rape caught on video. Armed robber gets shot by every customer. Wow, we're off to an amazing start, aren't we? The police also released a lot of the contents of his notes app. My life is a mess. I don't know what to do anymore. Every day I get even more agitated at everyone because my life is unfair. Everything and everyone is happy except for me. I want to kill people, but I don't know how I can do it. Walk to a park, get someone to pick me up. I just don't know anymore, but it will happen soon. This guy writes like an edgy 12-year-old. Keep in mind, Nicholas Cruz is 19. He wasn't even a student when he did the shooting. The police would also release this photo of him in his underwear. Very different persona than that evil possessed by demons thing he was going for.
What's going on today, bro?
The demons, man.
Demons?
February 1st to the 5th, pumped up kicks, pornography, listening to a song about a school shooting while gooning. Honestly, that doesn't surprise me at all. He's definitely the type to do that. On February 5th, he'd write this message in his notes. Meant to be seen by his ex-girlfriend. Yeah, he was somehow able to get a girlfriend. After they broke up, he would obsessively message her and try to talk to her, even after she got a new boyfriend. He would actually end up fighting and losing to her new boyfriend. Despite getting the shit beaten out of him by his ex's boyfriend, he'd still beg for her to take him back. He wrote this note, hoping she'll see it after the shooting. My love towards her grows. Without her, I'm nothing. All this madness inside is about to burst without her. I have nothing. I wish we could love. I wish we could live. But at the end to her, it's probably nothing. But that's okay, cause I love her. I love you, my angel. If I don't die, please see me. It will bring happiness to me. I want to love. I want to be in love with you. Forever and ever, with no end in sight. Even if I'm raped to death, you will always be on my mind. That's how much my love is for you. I see you, not as a person, but a soul lover. A love that will never be broken. This is as insane as it is pathetic. How deluded do you have to be to think your ex-girlfriend will get back with you after you shoot up a school? I mean, maybe some girls are into that, but obviously this plan to get his ex back would not work. Also, according to Cruz, the reason why they broke up in the first place was because she cheated on him. If this is true, he's an actual cuck. But honestly, I wouldn't really trust anything he says. February 6th to the 8th. Video on how to build an airsoft assault rifle. Anime cartoons. Video on the Kardashian family. Banking. Political articles. Pornography. Spotcrime.com. Websites for Asian mail-order brides. Is killing people easy? Pest control job. Crime scene cleaner. I think at this point, Nicholas was internally split between shooting up a school or getting a job in an Asian mail-order bride. I wish the police said what Asian mail-order bride websites he went on for research purposes. February 9th. Pornography. PsychCentral.com. Homicidal thoughts and urges. Various websites on rifle scopes. Japanese anime. Videos on depicting people defending themselves with guns. Banking. Videos on ghost/poltergeist. Uber. Gmail. Little teen porn. How to use a compass. Therapist for homicidal. Best AR-15 sites. How to get into a relationship. How to get a girlfriend. How to not be afraid of the girl you like. Recluse. Misspelling of recluse. Grand theft. Water tube. Man, he was fucking multitasking. Watching hentai, ghost videos, looking at water tubes, therapist, guns, and reading about how to get a girlfriend all at the same time. And he also tried to find illegal stuff on teenagers. Cruz's defense team would fight to not let those illegal porn searches be shown in court, but would ultimately fail. February 10th to the 11th. Pornography. Banking. Japanese anime. Hot middle school girl in dress. Porn uniform. Women's Viagra for sale. Do not let this guy get women's Viagra. School shooters. AR-15. Dollar Tree. Virginia Tech Massacre. Columbine Diary. AR-15 close quarter combat. Real combat footage. School shooter footage. Videos made by Virginia Tech shooter. Columbine documentaries. AK-47 combat tribute music video. Columbine dramas. Virginia Tech shooting documentaries. Philippine Special Forces fighting ISIS. Police shooting videos. Documentary on school shooting simulator. February 12th to the 13th. Scenes from school shooting video games with pumped up kicks playing. Columbine documentaries. Active shooter training video by Columbus Police Department. Russian Army recruiting videos. Pro-Ukrainian Army campaign video. Japanese anime. I put SpongeBob music over a school shooting. When a girl says okay. School shooters. Pistol grip shotgun. Can I buy a pistol grip shotgun in Florida? How long does it take for a cop to show up at a school shooting? Pekka shooting. I wanna die. Good songs to play while killing people. School shooting music video. Okay, you may be wondering, how come he was able to search all this shit and not get put on some FBI watch list? Well, because the FBI and police are really incompetent. Nicholas was reported to the authorities multiple times. 2 of those times directly to the FBI. One of those reports to the FBI was because of a comment he left under his full legal government name saying, "I'm going to be a professional school shooter." So you may be wondering, why was he never visited over this? Well, because somehow, the FBI wasn't able to identify him. When asked how that's even possible, FBI Special Agent Rob Lasky, during a press conference on Thursday, said agents investigated the comment but could not identify the person behind it. No other information was included with that comment, which would indicate a time, location, or true identity of the person who made the comment. The FBI conducted database reviews, checks, but was unable to further identify the person who actually made the comment. No other information was included with that comment that would indicate the true identity of that person. Yeah, so the FBI is just really lazy or really stupid. Just so you know, I got a visit from the police over my videos, but this guy leaves a comment saying he's gonna be a professional school shooter under his legal name, and he never gets a visit from anyone. February 12th to 13th continued. Columbine/pumped up kicks. Gun range videos. Videos of dogs catching/killing rabbits. Videos about YouTubers turned killers. Russian dance/music videos. Norwegian military recruitment and movie scenes. Videos about human prosthetics incorporating robotics. Videos of airsoft guns. Trailers for violent video games. Cop confrontation videos. Kill Everybody by Skrillex. Song. Now should be the time to mention that the police obviously had ulterior motives in releasing his search history, claiming that it was for public safety. But I mean, how does releasing that he was watching violent video game trailers and Skrillex music help the public? Why pick and choose what to show and what not to? Why not just release everything? Take this as an example. There's an entire page dedicated to videos he watched from the YouTuber Rusty Cage. They purposely put it at the start of the document too. These thumbnails might look bad to the boomers and the police, but this is the guy who made the Knife Game song. I was watching him in like the 5th grade. They purposely chose these thumbnails because they look evil, which is just really dishonest to me. Because he was included in this, Rusty Cage had to delete a lot of his videos.
I'm going to have to remove all of the Knife Game songs from YouTube, which will suck because that's about half of my total channel views.
I don't think the Knife Game song caused him to shoot up a school. This isn't really his cell phone contents, it's what the police wanted you to see. The next slide is entirely dedicated to lyrics to the song Kill Everybody by Skrillex. They're really trying to push that violent video games and music causing school shootings narrative, aren't they? February 13th, he'd watch a video entitled School Shooter Hype Music Video. Okay, including this is understandable. The morning of the shooting, February 14th at 7 AM, he would search for the song Moscow by the Genghis Khan. Video clip from Wolfenstein video game, KKK and Nazi themes. I like the fact they don't mention that you kill the Nazis in this game, they just say it has Nazi and KKK themes. Japanese anime, various YouTube shows and video compilations, pornography. One last goon before being sent to prison for the rest of his life. Knife Game song. Dollar Tree. School shooter. Pumped up kicks. His last cell phone activity before the shooting would be texting his ex-girlfriend. Eat well, sleep well, and behave well, my love. You know I have a boyfriend, right? Doesn't matter anymore. I love you. The person that reported Nicholas Cruz's comment to the FBI would end up being visited after the shooting. Yeah, a little bit too late for that. The police put more emphasis on what YouTube videos he watched and what music he listened to, rather than him being a pedophile and trying to find CP. The police would also include a lot of the racist memes he had on his phone, which I can't really show. When his adoptive mother died, he would put a MAGA hat next to her urn and take a photo of it. He did this knowing she was a liberal that hated Trump. Why Cruz had such a hatred towards his adoptive mother is unknown. Cruz never met his real mother and was raised by his adoptive mother his entire life. He would also claim in a group chat with friends that his biological mother is Jewish, so he's glad he never met her. Does he not realize that would make him Jewish as well? Here are some other comments left by Nicholas Cruz under his full name. My life sucks. I failed high school. I'm going to go on a killing rampage. I hate everyone and everything. I fucking go into a bad part of town and make a sniper nest and kill people. Just don't give a fuck about life. I hate people. I want to kill a shit ton of people and murder children. The FBI was acting like he's a part of Anonymous or something. This whole shooting could have been prevented if they just tried. All of the information I've gone over so far was from this presentation released by the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School Public Safety Commission. But outside of that, further details would be released about Nicholas Cruz, like these videos he recorded describing his plans for the massacre. And they are just as cringeworthy as you're imagining.
Hello, my name is Nick, and I'm going to be the next school shooter of 2018. My goal is at least 20 people with an AR-15 and a couple tracer rounds. I think I can get done. Location is Stoneman Douglas in Parkland, Florida. It's going to be a big event. And when you see me on the news, you'll all know who I am. You're all going to die. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah. Can't wait. Today is the day that it all begins. The day of my massacre shall begin. All the kids in school will run in fear and hide. From the wrath of my power, they will know who I am. I am nothing, I am no one. My life is nothing and meaningless. Everything that I hold dear, I let go beyond your half. Every day, I see the world ending another day. I live a lone life, live in seclusion and solitude. I hate everyone and everything. With the power of my AR, you will all know who I am. I had enough of being told what to do and when to do. I had enough of telling me that I'm an idiot and a dumbass. But in real life, you're all the dumbass. You're all stupid and brainwashed by these political government programs. You will all see, you will all know who my name is. My love for you, Angie, will never go away. I hope to see you in the afterlife. On one day or another, you will end and we'll all die.
Why does he talk like that? This is like how a parody of a school shooter would talk, but this is just his life. I hate everyone and everything. With the power of my AR, you will all know who I am. He sounds like the edgy DeviantArt OC of a 12-year-old. Nothing personal, kid. Every day, I see the world ending another day. Yeah, I think everyone sees that. That's called the day and night cycle. I don't even understand what he's trying to say. When those videos were played in court, he'd shove his face into the table and cover his face and ears. Some believe this is him trying to appear sympathetic, or they believe it's him showing actual guilt. But personally, I think he's just realizing how fucking stupid he looks, and he's feeling really embarrassed. He doesn't show any emotion on his face afterwards. And I know what some of you are thinking after watching those videos. Was he special? Yeah, he was. Pretty severely. At least, according to his defense team. And honestly, I'm pretty inclined to believe them. Just by listening to Cruz speak, and his misspellings in his search history. His defense argued he suffered from fetal alcohol syndrome. Since his mother was a prostitute, she would frequently do drugs like crack cocaine and alcohol during her pregnancy. Cruz would never find out who his real father is, since his mother got pregnant by one of her clients. In an IQ test given to Cruz by his defense team, he would score an 83. A gorilla, if given the same test, would score anywhere from a 70 to a 95. The prosecution would argue that he was doing poorly on purpose. Then he administered a series of tests in March, measuring Cruz's cognitive function. The gunman's performance on test was so poor, he said, that he thinks he cheated. He's almost maxing out every skill in this test, Denny said. That's not valid. People don't do that. He did so good on the Are You Retarded test, they think he's faking. There are two possible scenarios. 1. He was so stupid, to the point where they didn't even believe it was possible. Or 2. He was doing bad on purpose. I genuinely believe he was just really stupid. I don't think he had the mental capability to do bad on purpose. In order for him to choose the wrong answers on purpose, doesn't that mean he had to know the right answers? The prosecutors would also try and argue that he didn't have fetal alcohol syndrome. But just look at his face and you can decide for yourself if he did or not. Me personally, yeah, he totally did. Ever since I first saw his mugshot when I was 12, I've always thought he looked like a monkey. Now, of course, him being stupid has nothing to do with the shooting. He understood what he was doing was wrong. The reason why all this stuff came out in the first place was because of his death penalty trial. The prosecutors wanted the death penalty, and Cruz's defense were using his disability to get out of it. But something that's always confused me is that Cruz wanted the death penalty. That's been his continued position for years. Even in private phone calls with close family and friends, he says he wanted the death penalty. But it wasn't up to him or his victims' families. In Florida, it requires a unanimous jury verdict in a sentencing trial to give someone the death penalty, and 3 jurors would refuse to give him that. So now millions of dollars were spent on trials and housing him, while he attacks guards in prison. Some people believe Cruz is some mastermind evil genius that's carefully constructing a persona of being childish and more mentally incompetent than he actually is. But I have to disagree. He's just really stupid. I mean, the possessed demon thing, he was obviously faking that, and it's clear he was pretending to be crazy for a bit after the shooting. I just think if Cruz was faking being stupid, it would be extremely obvious. He does seem to be genuinely convinced he can get out of prison one day. In letters he wrote to a woman living in the UK, he discussed starting a family with her after being freed from prison. Miley letters from Nicholas Cruz, 2 couples in love. LOL. I messed up on the heart. Warning. Classified information. Warning. Radioactive. Yes, I spelled it wrong. This is indistinguishable from something a child would make. He even did those stupid S's we'd all draw as kids. He'd also write more letters to her, saying, "Do you want children? I really want children. I want 3 boys and girls, maybe more, lol. The boys' names will be Kalashnikov, Markov, Remington. Would you be okay with me getting a crossbow if I lived with you? It will only be used for sporting and hunting, that's all." In prison, he'd be able to have video calls with people, including a Roxanne, who was a family friend of Cruz. He would stay with her briefly after his mother's death. In their video calls together, she would comfort him the entire time. She would tell him about all the fans he has, and how so many girls want to write to him, including some that look like models. She'd even say it's possible for him to have a wife and children in prison.
But there's a lot of women out there that you're going to see when you get off Firewatch, you're going to see all those letters, and they have pictures of girls when they write you letters. Really cute girls. I couldn't believe it. They look like models.
But I can still get married and have kids, or no?
Yeah.
I can have kids?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Well, because they're going to give you a trailer.
Trailer?
Once you're married, apparently you have like certain time, and don't quote me on this, but that's from what I saw in movies or TVs and from what I heard.
Yeah.
Is you have certain time a month, maybe you have like a day a month or a few certain hours a month that you meet with your wife, and they give you like a little trailer, and you do whatever you have to do in there.
Really?
Yeah.
This video went from me reading his search history to just talking about how fucking stupid he was.